We're back with breaking news. NBC News has just learned that two foreign-born Trump donors who were part of Rudy Giuliani's efforts to investigate Joe Biden have been arrested. They have been charged with campaign finance violations and are set to appear in court in Virginia later today. Our own Tom Winter joins us. What's this all about?
Okay, so basically we have these two people who have done business with Rudy Giuliani. He's identified them previously as clients of his. They were arrested last night at Dulles Airport, according to reporting from myself, Pete Williams, and Joe Valaquette. Basically, they were arrested last night in Virginia, or at Dulles, because they had an indictment that's been filed under seal for the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Manhattan. Those charges and documents should be unsealed shortly, and we believe that they're going to be charged with campaign finance violations. The two men have given to Republican candidates and causes, including the Trump campaign, as well as a pro-Trump super PAC.
But specifically to support Giuliani in trying to go out and investigate Joe Biden?
So the Giuliani is a little bit separate from this, according to reporting from my colleague Ken Delaney. And apparently they were involved with boasting about their connections to the Trump campaign, that they were in discussions with him about issues in Ukraine. And on top of that, they had serious reservations about the former ambassador to Ukraine, who, as we now all know, was relieved of her duties. So,
all right, quickly before we go, foreign-born, I'm guessing not Denmark.
No, probably not Denmark. We need to find out what their exact current nationality is. Of course, it's illegal, as you and I have discussed on numerous occasions, it's illegal for somebody who is a foreign national to donate to a campaign. This would be the second time, if they are in fact foreign nationals, that a foreign national has donated to a Trump-related cause and has faced charges, if that's the case here.
All right, we're going to need to find out more about that. Tom, thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.